Hi, I'm Olivier from Activity Messenger, and today we're designing a very simple yet complete camp registration form for summer camps where you can add all your age groups and summer camp weeks into a very simple form to fill out, especially on mobile forms, but on any device. So I'm on the form builder here, and I'll start with that. It's a very simple drag and drop, so we can just move things around. And we can edit images, we can upload images, but we integrate fully with Canva. So you can edit from Canva or even import any designs you've already created in Canva. Next, we have what we call a conditional branching option here, where people can select different age groups, and based on the selection, so for example, 6 to 8-year-old and week 2, it's going to filter through dozens or hundreds of classes and only show the ones that are based on all these different filters, right? And you can have as many options. You can select and modify all of these based on the constraints you have, but it just allows a very fast, quick way for people to find a class or a camp on their smartphone. Next, you have different options, right? So the account owner would probably want some more information. You want the other parents, maybe emergency contacts. This is very popular because it allows for multiple, so people can add, multiple people. You can make it required, but you can also, get the relationship. And is this emergency contact allowed to pick up the child, right? So parents will be able to kind of filter through and decide who has different pickup options for your child. Next, we have maybe media release. So this is a yes/no question, and the terms, policies, and procedures, right, that you would have and that people would have to click on I read and accept. So in this example, you would copy paste those policies and procedures and add a checkbox. You can add as many of these on the form as you wish. And then the digital signature. So as soon as people fill this out, they get their waiver signed, and you get a confirmation as well. You click on the plus button here. You have multiple more options of different blocks you can add to your form. You can include conditional branching, page break, radio grids, star ratings if you want to do surveys. So there's a lot of things you can add, but I tried to keep it somewhat simple on this form. Now I want to jump back into the age week question here because I didn't talk about the participant yet, or the camper, which is the most important person. And the reason for that is I just want to show the different things you can toggle on your form, right? So one of them is just a waitlist. So as soon as the class or camp fills, it's going to say this is full and based on the limits, and then people are going to be able to add to the waitlist. But the participant, right? So the participant will be a child. You can say, yes, I want parents to be able to register multiple kids on the same registration form or not. You can then say name, gender, date of birth. Is there an age constraint? You can kind of configure that. Do you want to collect a grade? Is there a password maybe to release custody of the child? Do you want them paired with a friend? And obviously all the medical information, conditions, and allergies that you want to collect as people are signing. You might also want to have add-ons and options, right? So maybe before camp care, and there's a certain price to it so that you can build that invoice according to the services that a camper or family is going to use. And you can make those percentages. You can select what you want in terms of the add-ons. Now, what does that look like as a parent registering for camp? So I would go into that, so they click on a link, you send a newsletter, click on the link, and let's say I'm signing up as a 7-year-old and I want to sign them up on week 2. So I would click, okay, I got a 7-year-old and I'm looking for week 2. So it's filtering all the classes. It's only the 6 to 8-year-old class here, and I click on register. It's going to open up here, and I would say, okay, let's say I want to sign up Harry Potter. And I would go in and say, okay, I want to put, he's on this age, and I would put important medical information and say, actually, he has asthma, but he has no allergies. And from there, I would say, okay, let's add the, parent, the person who's in charge of the account owner. So I would just go in and put in, any information here. I would then say, okay, who's the other parent? So I would write in my other parents. And same thing for emergency contacts. I would say maybe it's grandma. And let's say it's Lily Potter here. And we'll just put quick information here. And I could say, I want to say that they can pick up the child. If I wanted to add another emergency contact, I would click here. Click on yes. And then I'm going to sign off on the procedures. Then I would click on continue. Oops. You see, it tells me here that something is missing that's required. And then I get to the next page And this is where, this is the invoice that would be set up based on the information. Usually you're connected to a payment processor, but right now you would just click on confirm and pay later, and we will have the invoice created. They can download the invoice, they can add the camp to their calendar, and they get a confirmation email. So that would be the workflow for designing a camp registration form that includes all the weeks and all the age groups in your camp. If you'd like to have more information, you can visit activitymessenger.com or follow our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks.